Thank you for being here and taking a moment to hear a little bit about ElevateBio. This is a company based in Boston in Massachusetts. And really, the story of Elevate really goes back a long way, and it's really based on the, I should forward here. It really is based on the vision of our co-founders, one of whom was Mitch Feiner, who had seen the cell therapy world kind of repeating itself over and over again. Everybody was trying to build their own manufacturing. Everybody was looking for the same technologies. And so in 2017, Dave Talal, Vikas Sankar, decided that they wanted to put together an accelerator for the cell and gene therapy space, with a view to enabling not just their own internal pipeline, but also the kind of pipeline of the whole industry. And we've just been celebrating the 5th anniversary of the company, and so been able to reflect back on this. And so, clearly still sticking with that mission and adding to it as the whole industry continues to evolve. So how are we delivering on that? It's really a mixture of two big things. The first is to bring together all the enabling technologies that we believe that people are going to need to drive their cell and gene therapies forward, and then the manufacturing. So we have a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in Waltham where we do cell and vector manufacture. Maybe I can't even, there we go. And so why is this important? Well, there's a lot of things that are needed. And that's very exciting. I think this is one of the most exciting areas of science. But to really deliver on the promise to patients, we're going to have to do it better. We're going to have to be able to drive things faster. These are complex products. And whilst the first set of cell and gene therapies are now, coming out onto the market, there's a lot more in the pipeline, and we need to be able to push those through to really realize the promise of this whole field. I think we all agree it's a long, windy road to go through the discovery and development of cell and gene therapies. And there are really, a multitude of issues, but they come down to three big things. Time, getting it there as fast as possible. Capital, I think we'll all agree that that's something that we're all looking for more of. And expertise, right? Again, in a younger industry, that expertise is growing as the industry grows. And so what Elevate has tried to do is straighten this line and pull everything together. So we're at the point now where we have next-gen gene editing in-house through an acquisition of a company called ElevateBio Therapeutics that actually I'll be talking about later today. We've got internal expertise in cell protein vector engineering that we can deploy. We've got a strong regenerative medicine group that Melissa Carpenter leads. And then, as I say, we've got this state-of-the-art manufacturing facility that can really support partners from the very early stages where you're trying to understand what's your process development going to look like, all the way through to your GMP supply. So that was the vision, that was the ambition, and we're executing on it. So we're at the point now where we've touched a huge number of the modalities that are out there, all the way through from lentiviral AAV through to in vivo gene editing therapeutics that, again, we're building both in-house and with partners, and in the midst of that, all the different cell types. We're doing it, as I say, we're doing it both within our organization, but I think most importantly in the kind of overarching vision is that we bring this technology out to partners. And so we're starting to do that both with academic partners, ranging from the relationship we have with George Daly and Boston Children's for our regenerative medicine, all the way through to manufacturing for some great organizations here, such as Abata, and then finally some of our gene editing partnerships, kind of represented by the recently announced partnership with Moderna. And we continue to build. And as we build these partnerships, as we build the continued expertise, that's there and available for everybody else who wants to be able to leverage it. Most of what we have here is based on platforms, and you can access these, as one-offs, or I think more importantly or more powerfully by accessing the whole ecosystem to drive your products forward. I think that might be my last slide. No, almost. Okay, I've spoken to this, but that's the concept, right? We've pulled together the cutting-edge technologies. We've got the end-to-end process, GMP manufacturing. We've got a desire to partner. We've got a desire to drive forward the whole industry. And we continue to think about what else do we need? What else do we need to bring in? What else do we need to be bringing to the forefront? And so that's what we're doing. And now I think that that's it. So I have plenty of time for questions. Not a single question. Wow. Yeah. So I think we've shifted. I think, ElevateBio was on the slides, and that was a clear example where there had been an investment in a technology out of an academic group, brought it in, incubated it, and then it's gone on to be successful. I think we take measured bets, but I'd say that our primary objective is to look for opportunities to work with others and do other activities as and when it makes sense. So. These my photos are after I'm talking. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Okay, well, then I'll just make a shameless plug. I'm actually going to talk in a little more detail about life edit therapeutics later this afternoon and some of the things we're doing on the gene editing front and how that can really enable a lot of the cell therapies that are out there. And there's going to be a lot more data in that presentation. Yes. Yeah, so actually we've done a fair amount of that, and we come up with business, kind of approaches and collaborations that make sense for both partners. So, we'll give access to technologies, on a research license basis up front. We'll provide support, expertise. All of those are things we're very open to discussing. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's on the previous slide or not. My goodness. Or maybe it doesn't go backwards. But on the previous slide, we've clearly got some academic relationships. We have a relationship we've also put in place with some in California for access to our iPSC cell lines. These are quite unique cell lines that we're providing throughout that system for people to be able to use. So we'd be very interested in talking more.